Hi there, I am Abhishek Mishra. I am a web development intern at Worktez, and this video is to brief you about GitHub and Git commands. So first of all, we need to learn about forking a repository. To fork a repository, go to GitHub and search for a repository. Like I will search for Worktez, and there is a repository Worktez. This is the official Worktez repository. Now to fork it, we need to click on the fork button, and it will be forked as I have already forked the repository. The forked repository will have your username before it. Now, as you will go to your GitHub homepage, you can see the forked repository. Now, after that, you need to install Git in your machine. I have already installed Git in your machine, in my machine. So, to install it, you need to copy those commands in your terminal. First of all is git minus minus version, then sudo apt update, sudo apt install git, and then again git minus minus version to check if the version is updated or not. For more reference, you can go to this website. I will mark it in description. Now, how to clone a forked repository? Like you have forked a repository, now you have to copy it in your machine. So to clone a forked repository, first of all, we need to copy the HTTPS code of a forked repository. So this is the forked repository I have created. I will go to it and copy the HTTPS code of it. Now I will go to my desktop and wherever I will need to create a folder for that. I have created a folder named as Git here. Now we need to go to the VS Code, open that folder. Now in that folder we need to type the Git command, Git clone, and then the code for the forked repository. This will clone the repository in our local machine. So it is taking some time. Now we have cloned the Git repository, and this is the command we have used to clone the repository, git clone, and then paste the command we have copied from the forked repository. Now after we have forked the repository, we need to set the original repository as upstream. So to set the original repository at upstream, go to Google Chrome again, go to the official repository, that is the original repository. Go to code and copy the HTTPS code for the original repository. Now in VS Code, we need to paste that command. Git remote add upstream and paste the original. First of all, we need to go inside this folder, cd space workspace, then git remote add upstream, and then paste the command. This will add the upstream as the original repository. Now to check it, git remote -v. So now as you can see, the origin is the forked repository. That means your username and the repository name which you have forked. And the upstream is the official repository of Worktez. Now, there are some important Git commands which I need you to show, like to pull the changes from upstream, git pull upstream and the branch name on upstream. So like I am on master, so I will pull the changes from the master branch on upstream, git pull upstream, master. So it will pull the changes in the master branch from the upstream and copy them in your local machine. So the changes from the master branch on upstream are now copied in my local machine. Can show already up to date. Now to check out a branch, like I'm on master right now. To check out some other branch, I will go to again VS Code, git checkout, and I will check out the origin branch, origin slash dev angular. There is a branch named dev angular inside the master branch, and I will check it out from origin. Like we have set a upstream and an origin, so I will check out the dev angular branch in the origin, which is the forked repository. So I have checked out to dev angular, which is the origin. This is the hash code for dev angular branch. You can see here dev angular origin, and the hash code is same as it is right there. Now I have checked out a branch. Now if we need to create a new branch, we can use git branch and then the branch name, like git branch and branch name dummy. So it will create a branch named dummy, and I will check out. It will be there git checkout dummy. So I created a branch named dummy inside the dev angular branch. Again git checkout dev angular. So there is a shorthand method to create a new branch and then check it out as well as the right at the same time, which is git checkout minus b and a new branch name. So it will do what? It will create a new branch and then it will check it out at the same time. Let's go to VS Code, git checkout minus b, and then the branch name w2. So it will check git branch here, or we will just see right there. The name is changed to dummy2. So like it is there, dummy2. This was a shorthand method. Now to check the current changes which you have done in your branch. So there is a method for that. First of all, I need to do some changes. Like I change this name to Worktez and I save it. Now, if I use git status, it will show me the name of the file changed. It is showing modified. This means that it is not staged. Now, to stage all the current changes, there is a command named git add minus a. Let's use this git add minus a. So what I have done is stage the current changes. Now, if I will do git status, it is showing in green color. That means it is already staged. Yeah, so now as we have added the file as staged, now the file is staged, we need to commit the file. To commit the file, we use one of the two commands, git commit minus m and then the commit message, or git commit minus s and enter. Then you have to enter the commit message and then control C, control X, enter. But I use git commit minus m, that it seems to be easy for Mac. You can use git commit minus s if you are using Ubuntu. So as the file must be staged before using git commit. So as you can see, the file is staged already. I will use git commit minus m dummy commit. So the file is committed now. The change is committed. It cannot be reverted back before. Now, if I need to push the file to the upstream, git push, I will type git push. So as you can see, git push minus slash upstream and origin dummy2. You need to copy this from here and paste this in the terminal. This will push the file. This is the same command here. This will push the file to the origin and create a pull request option for the upstream. Now raising a pull request on GitHub. To raise a pull request on GitHub, we need to go to the original repository. So let's go to the original repository and do this here. Compare and pull request. You will see this option. Compare and pull request. Click on it. First of all, the base branch you need to set. It must be dev angular in case of our project. You might need to change it for some other tasks, but basically it is dev angular. And now we have to enter three things here or four things. What is the functionality of your changes? Like if I am changing a release note, so adding release note, or if I am teaching Git commands here, so I will be using the functionality like showing Git commands. Now solution. So what you have done for this change, like what files you have changed, or what small changes you have done, or what big changes you have done, you will be writing it here like provided a video solution for raising pull request. But like if I am doing a technical change, for example, adding a function, this is a Worktez. I have added release notes. So this is the recent change I have done. So fixing release notes. If I have fixed it, I will use fix. Like if I have fixed a bug, then I will use the fix option. Fixing release notes. I will mark it dummy as here. Now, if in the solution, I will type fixed release notes having unformatted layout and risk level high, medium, and low. The risk level was low for my task, so I will mark small x in here. And then how to test it. So on how to test, you can have steps like this in Worktez. Click release notes in the footer. I'm just showing this PR as a dummy PR so you can have an idea of how to use functionality, solution, risk level, and test so that the person reviewing your PR can have a reference. So on after clicking on this, just remember you need to change the base branch to dev angular every time. So create a pull request and your pull request is created. If you have left some changes, like you forgot to change something, you can always edit it and you can edit the pull request from details from here as well. So this is how you create a pull request. So now We have learned how to create a pull request. I will be showing you some useful GitHub tricks. So suppose every time you need to create a new branch before doing any task, and the new branch must be created from dev angular branch. So now suppose we have done all the changes in the dev angular branch doing without creating any new branch. So let's see, like I have done the changes to the dev angular branch. Okay, first let's go to dev angular branch, git checkout dev angular. Now suppose I have done some changes in dev angular. So I have done two changes in the dev angular branch. Like you can see, there are two changes I have done right now. And let's suppose we have forgot to create a new branch before doing the changes. So there is a trick by which you can just transfer all the changes to a new branch without creating a new branch at first. It will create a new branch and then shift all the changes to that branch. So the command is git switch -c and the new branch name. Let's check it. Git switch -c and new branch name like dummy3. So now all your changes are switched to the branch dummy3. So this can be a very useful command. Like many times you forget to create a new branch and do the changes in the dev angular branch. Then you have to manually rewrite the changes. This command can save you a lot of time. Now if you want to delete a branch, so let's go to dev angular first. Git checkout dev angular. If we want to delete a branch, so we can do is git branch -d and then the branch name dummy. So delete the dummy branch, git branch minus capital D. This will forcefully delete the dummy branch or any branch. Dummy2. We deleted the branch. Now git delete -d dummy3. Let's use small d. Sorry, I use I need to use branch. Git branch -3 and dummy3. So all the three branches are deleted. Now there's one more command. Git stash. Like I have done some changes in the dev angular branch and I need to pull the changes from upstream right now. And before removing these changes, I am able to pull the changes from the dev angular branch. You might know this is a GitHub foundation that you must need to have no changes right now to pull any change from the upstream. So what you need to do is first temporarily delete these changes, then pull the changes and then add these changes to them. So first you need to git stash. So this will temporarily delete this file. It will be saved in working directory. So now you can use git pull upstream or any command. Git pull upstream dev angular. It will pull the changes from the dev angular branch again. So now you can see that the changes are pulled from the dev angular branch. Now if we need to add those changes again, we will just use git dash pop. So the changes are added to the directory as well. So this command can save you a lot of time. Like you don't have to manually write the changes as well. This was a useful trick. So this is all about Git and GitHub commands that might be useful to you. And thank you so much for being here. And there are some more useful Git commands that can be useful for you in future. So I am just adding a link in description and you can check it out once.